Yo, what's up? What's up?
What up, fam?
Everybody out there, it's the breakdown, the Clark Brothers, West and Heaven.
Yes, sir. We back
Another
with the
edition.
breakdown.
Another edition. Now, right, this week we're going right along with the times, and we're gonna go ahead and break down the first episode of season 3, the premiere of Power Book 2 Ghosts season premiere. So we'll get right into it. We'll go through the episode, give our talking points, and
Right.
then we'll give our predictions,
And and,
things
and a
that
little
we've
segment
heard,
called What We Heard.
things of what we
So
heard and what we knew.
right.
So
So episode one premiered. It was called Your Perception, Your Reality. And that was the first episode. So we're pretty much gonna go through and some things got revealed that uh Wes can take credit for. There's more stuff that he said
mm,
over a year ago, but
over a
it
year
got
ago, I
revealed.
mean, we talked about this. We'll probably do a little flashback of it, but we talked about this over a year ago when we made our predictions on what season 3 would be like because it was the end of season 2.
Right.
So we would talk about, certain characters and what we thought will or might happen. So starting off on the episode. So the episode starts off obviously with which they show the flashbacks from last season, which
Right.
when he gave Davis when Tariq gave Davis the ring. So promptly it starts with
Right.
Davis.
It
It
starts with
says
like a
three
little
months ago.
flashback. It says three
Yeah,
months ago,
it says
and
3 months ago.
Davis is giving the ring now to I'm gonna say it's a partner. This is an Asian, a very attractive Asian
Yeah.
woman. He slides the ring to her, and what she then takes it to someone, and to an appraiser. He appraises it, and now they're gonna take it up for auction. He wanted to make sure it's real, everything else. Take it up for
An auction.
auction, right?
Right.
So they go back to present day, and now the auction, and this is the first time that you see who's going to be the new connect. I think her name is Norma or Nora.
Mm.
I think her name's Nora or Norma,
Yeah,
but
something like that.
she is the new connect, right? And she's sitting there, so people want to know what connection does she have? Why is she there
Right.
and you think when she sits down, you're like, okay, I thought she was gonna be like 10 million. I thought she was gonna put down like in a bid that nobody would be able to
Right.
top.
Unreachable amount,
Right.
like
That's
10
what I thought
million
was
or
gonna
something like
happen.
that. But that wasn't the case. So the auction goes to some white dude who bid $5 million. Then the
Right.
next scene, they're out in the parking lot or whatever. They're walking and with him and his girl, and then he proposes to her to offer her that ring.
Right.
And
He's
yeah,
proposing to her. He's proposing her, he's on his knee, and then next thing you know, here comes Norma and her associates.
yeah,
She basically tells the lady, that's my ring. He's basically like, get up out of here. What are you talking about?
I just paid
Please.
for it.
Yeah, I
Right.
just paid 4 or 5 million. But this guy is a multimillionaire, obviously a billionaire, walking with no security whatsoever. With that type of ring not in the dark, real
Yeah.
smart. And
And then got the nerve to talk slick.
right,
Get the F out of here.
she comes down and slice her on her hand off. She chopped her hand off,
Scene.
takes the ring off the hand,
Yeah.
and then puts it right on her finger. And then, of course, you know what comes after that. They cut their water off, both of them shooting. So that was the first. So it's not even 5 minutes in, and we already got a
So
body. The next scene, if I'm not mistaken, that was back at Stansfield.
goes back to
Um,
Stansfield, and
yeah,
then Tariq is packing because he's obviously got kicked out of that the Weston building, and
right.
he doesn't
Him and
have any.
Effie, yeah, him and
Yeah.
Effie's packing. He's taking his pictures. He's seeing everything, and then what happens is it looks like some member of the Weston family, I believe,
Yeah, it
comes
was
in
their
there.
little sister. The little sister's now
Oh, the little
dorming
sister. Right.
where Braden used to dorm. And that was the mother, and they all know who Tariq is. So the mother's not
Right.
feeling Tariq. Basically tells him to get out,
Right.
and he does after that. But in that conversation, one little note that
Quick
goes back
note.
to one quick note that goes back to one of the things that we talked about a year ago.
Important too. It's
Important
stuff
note.
like this. This is the things. These are the little scenes and by the things that they say that you have to watch. But go ahead, and then we'll break down what she said.
So Effie basically has the conversation with saying that she's thinking about not transferring to Stansfield, and he's like, what are you talking about? We talked about we was kicking it all summer, blah blah blah. So obviously through the dialogue, you know that some time has passed because he said we hung out all summer. So time
so it's like 3 months.
Yeah, like 3 months, like they said. It's like 3 months later, basically, because they did say 3 months ago. So now it's back in real time.
Tariq still ain't learned jujitsu, huh?
Right, he ain't learned nothing. And
oh my god!
So that right there is an important notion. She's saying, he ends up talking her out of it, but she why would Effie make a claim?
Well, I thought she said she doesn't want to live together.
Right, she doesn't want to live
together because she's going to Stanfield.
Right.
But she said, we school, work together, like she doesn't want to live together. So now she's acts like she's trying to get out of it. And Tariq is more like, hey, I want to be around you. You're my girl. I want you to be around. What's wrong with? She said something about them. I don't want to be known as just your girl. He said, what's wrong with being known as just my girl?
Right.
And she basically just lets him know she doesn't want to just be, she needs some. Y'all need some space. Right. So as they embrace, that's when the two women come in. She basically makes it known that she does not want Tariq there. The mother, the sister, the daughter is a little bit more, understanding, what have you.
And then we go to the very depressed Monet,
right?
Who is just kind of sitting around eating, gaining weight.
Right, he's gaining weight, and then Lorenzo walks in with Davis. She's not happy to see Davis. She doesn't want to see Davis because Monet. And it's funny that it's Method Man and Mary J. Blige. Yeah. I love seeing them do scenes together just because it's Method and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. So, I'm just waiting. They have the opportunity. I'm just waiting for him to say that's all I need or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That's all I need. That's all I need to get by. So I know, or to say something like if she says, I need you, the son's for him to say, shorty out there for you anytime you need me. It would just be so perfect. Yeah. And guys, that's bad writing if somebody didn't put that in. They had the most scenes they've had together. You have an opportunity to put something in there that's like
Enzo is basically trying to figure out how he can continue to stall because everyone knows that he killed Zeke.
Right.
He's talking about, we'll find out.
Right. Now the family don't know.
No, everyone meaning the viewers. Viewers know. Right. We know that he killed Zeke, so now he's just trying to, continue to. We're gonna try. We're gonna look for him. We're gonna find him. All this other garbage. They had to say, to let him know. Obviously, Davis came to let her know that she inherited Mecca's
Mecca's penthouse. Now she runs up, and to me, makes the first mistake already. Mm-hmm. She should not be sending anyone to live in that penthouse.
No,
everything that just happened.
What's the point?
You have to think, right? You have to think that Mecca still got some enemies or friends out there, and the first place they're going to do is show up to that penthouse. So because she inherited the penthouse, she sends her sons. Kane loved it, of course. Tells her sons, go live there. I mean, terrible job by Monet. And like I said,
both of the sons do.
And both of the sons love it.
Right. And they do exactly what we thought they do. Kane would have a bunch of women running around, and the other one brings his boyfriend there. Exactly what we thought they were going to do.
Exactly what we thought they do. And
Oh,
then
goodness.
next scene, they got Braden, who's been expelled he's been taken out of Stansfield. Now he's learning the job with the family business. The father's making him work the family business, and now and then we see him with Trace, which is the brother who's opposite. His father's now we finally find out who Braden really took after. So so his father's brother is there, the uncle. I forgot his name, perhaps uncle's name, but he's there, and I think his name is Josh. I'm not sure, but and he's like he's supposed to be mentoring Braden. He takes Braden in the back room and he's like, yeah, that course correct was a brilliant idea. That's the clips that everyone was seeing. He said, unlike your father, your father's uptight. That course correct was a brilliant idea. He said, but you telling people that you created it was not a brilliant idea. Pretty much introduced him to Braden's mentor, some fine black chick. Braden is all for it.
He's all over it.
Right?
He'll be gonna chase her down for a while, but he'll wear her down.
I think that he'll wear her down. He's all ours.
He's gonna wear her down like Urkel. I'm wearing you down.
He's gonna wear her down eventually and get him some black.
Yeah.
Right. So so that's pretty much with that. He pretty much she's gonna show him the ropes. Next scene is back at Monet's house. Diana tried to bring Monet food. She's like, "Get the F out of here."
Monet don't want to hear. Monet don't want to hear nothing
Diana.
From her. And I'll be honest with you. I know that's your mom and stuff like that, but you need to give her some distance because that's why Lorenzo pulls her aside, and all of a sudden now she can go.
Now she can go to
What a coincidence!
Right?
How convenient that now she goes.
Now she can go to Stansfield.
And he wanted to get her out the house, let her live on campus, so she don't be butting heads with Mo.
Right. So now she's going to be going to Stansfield now, like she always wanted to do. He says, give her a little distance, give her a little time, or what have you. Of course, we know Monet is totally over Diana. Next scene is we see Tate for the first time. He's sitting down with the dean. And Tariq walks in, and Tariq is asking the dean. We saw this clip as well, asking the dean about living arrangements because he has nowhere to go. Dean tells Tariq, yeah, you have nowhere to go because nobody wants you around.
I want to mess with you. Yeah.
Right. And he's saying, I haven't been charged with anything. Yeah, but that's not the same thing as being innocent, which it isn't. So I mean, Tariq,
I haven't been proven guilty of anything.
Right.
It doesn't mean
the funny thing. Let me tell you something. The funny thing about these characters on here, they are so delusional. Like Diana is acting like she didn't slap that birth certificate down the table. Diana's going on like la 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 la. Ma, here's some food. You really think she's gonna say anything to you?
Yeah, she's lucky. You're lucky she don't.
She already said she already said I'm gonna effing kill you. I mean, so you're lucky that she didn't take you out. Now you got this guy who. I haven't been accused of anything. Well, why is it that no one wants to be around me? Oh, maybe because this school has had a clean record, and since you've been here, we got 2 dead professors, a random student who wasn't even from Stanfield, 2 other students, including the star basketball player of the team.
Yeah.
They're all dead now. Maybe that's the reason why. And on top of that, you got arrested for drugs on the campus. And they done found out that they were selling drugs on the school campus. All of these things happen since you've been there.
Only common denominator is him.
Of course, you always know Rashad Tate does nothing for free. Whenever he does something, you're going to owe him. Right? And that's what Tariq said. So guess what? I guess I owe you now.
He going to have Tariq do something illegal with his his skills, because he created course correct, so he obviously got skills.
Right. Next scene, of course, they're at the party. This dude brings his boyfriend there. Kane's got all these random strangers in the party. Right.
I love when he walks through the door. The words the guy said. I thought we were gonna christen the apartment. Christen the apartment. So what are y'all gonna do in there? We're gonna christen the apartment. Jesus Christ. And I'm just like, Y'all doing everything y'all ain't supposed to be. But at
I
least
thought we
Kane
go
was
to Christmas
trying to talk.
alone.
Right. At least Kane is trying to do some business. Trying to,
Right.
he kind of had it overall. The party was to try to convince the other guys to be the new Connect, and they declined.
Right.
They're not the new Connect, so now they don't really have. They're running out of product because
Right.
they're running out of Dante's product.
Yeah, so the guy that's there, they speak to him, he wants 60%. Kane said, we're not rookies, or you think we're dumb? Right. So then they pretty much end up getting nothing. Next scene, you knew he was coming back. What's his name? Boz or
Yeah,
Baz.
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 Yeah.
Baz comes back, and he
Another slick talking punk. I'm like, what is with these
Bash
punk
is his name.
these Bash? Yeah, Bash. That's right. He needs to get Bash in his head. This guy talks slicker
He talks
than a
slick.
pimp from Augusta. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying this guy, what is it's talking mad slick to Tariq?
Because what
I
has
got
happened
you.
is the whole course correct went up in flames,
Yep.
and what's his name? What's Tariq's boy's name?
Braden
basically took credit for creating course correct, and he said, "But Tariq, you created course correct." But Tariq is basically telling us. So it looks like Simon done kicked him out of bed.
Yeah, basically, Simon is now out of the mix,
right?
And this guy's broke now. He ain't got no more sugar daddy to get any money from.
So
now
he's coming to Tariq.
Tariq,
right. Basically said, money. If you don't give me some money, I'm going to NYPD.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always guys, Tariq. Man. Tariq to be such a big time trouble for 2 seasons now. I'm broke. This dude never has any money.
He never has bread. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah.
Like Tariq, do you put money away and save? He doesn't save money. He just keeps on spending money, buying new product, spend money, buying new product, and pay people. See, that's Tariq's problem. He has to keep paying people.
Yeah, and that's what it is. So we know that story develops.
The next scene is actually with them 3 talking, and this is where they meet Norma. They come busting in with her crew, and pretty much tells him that I was Mecca's boss. I worked with Mecca. I was Mecca's fiance. About the ring. The ring belongs to her because he was going to get engaged to her and give her that ring. I think at this time, she said she was going to kill him. She's going to kill them all unless they can become the Connect. They said she brings in some girl. I'd have pulled Steven Seagal. I don't know her.
So a big drug dealer. He still was a drug dealer, even though he was a CI. Because she said, she said he would basically give her the heads up on stuff, right. Busts and stuff like that, and to keep things smooth. And supposedly that ring was hers because she wants to know how did it get to that auction.
Right.
Who took the ring
and what happened to Mecca? They want to know what happened to Mecca.
What happened to Mecca and how that ring get there. So of course, as the viewers, we know Tariq took the ring from him. Right. We already know that. So Tariq is the one, of course, Mr. Quick Thinker, saying that we can come up with the same stuff, but we can move it better than Mecca. We got we got people in politics, people in this, people in that. But anyway, because Tariq is such a slick talker,
right? And they have to make him the smartest man in the world. So just to try to make him better than Ghost. Then the next scene, Tariq goes to Davis, basically tells Davis about this Norma chick. Right. Davis is like, who is this B? You know what I mean? And he's changed his time. I don't really know, but she used to work with Mecca, said she's Mecca's fiance, and everything. So, and then of course, old sneaky saxophone. He's snooping around as usual.
Right. He's still trying to get back into Jenny's bed. He's
Right.
still trying to get back to Jenny's bed. That's why
Jenny's
he got
about
him.
done with him.
Go ahead.
Scene after that, we're now in Stanfield. Here's Diana already in a room, huh? You come and beat Tariq. You beat Tariq to the room, but
right. So and coincidentally, she goes into Tariq's old room because she's roommates with Braden's sister
right.
for
Braden's
temporarily, supposedly. They say because this until housing comes open, they temporarily put her there. They kind of feel
Right.
each other out, and that scene is a little cute scene. They feel each other out basically.
Yeah,
and
she
that
said,
is
"Yeah,
that.
yeah." Google's my friend. I read about you, and then she said, "Yeah, I won't tell my parents that I'm rooming with a Weston who just admitted to selling drugs on campus." So Google works both ways, sis. So
Yeah.
say they feel each other out. They're gonna probably become cool.
Yeah.
Then next scene is with the new professor.
Right.
And they're back in the same, and still got to his light skinned Keisha. She's still aboard.
Mm-hmm.
Now Effie is in Tariq's class. The
Right.
Asian guy's still there.
And now also Diana is new.
Right now Diana's in. Now we have a
Diana, no, I'm sorry. Diana knows kind of. I know she's smart, but she acted. She seemed like she was lost. And they were in there. They all of them kids in there are smart.
Well, you have to remember, Diana was she was smart enough to get into Stanfield, but she's out of the loop. She hasn't really been in school. Yeah. I mean, so they're pretty much talking about, perception. They always find a way on Power. One thing I do like about them is they always find a way once they go to class to have a lesson on what the title of the episode is. So the title of the episode is Your Perception, Your Reality. And they pretty much was talking about how does, the type of person you are bring off your perception. And can you ever get rid
change the narrative?
Right. Can you change the narrative? Can you ever get rid of that perception? Kane's pretty much just trying to tell Effie, we're back in business. And if that's your boyfriend, how come he didn't tell you that we're back in business? I just want you to know that we're back in business. Trying to be slick as usual. Yeah. And now after that, you see Davis walking. I guess this is like some sort of doctor or probation officer or something, where he's still trying to get his brother out of jail. The guy says the brother has hepatitis, brother has liver cancer, or his liver.
He needs a new liver.
Yeah, he needs a new liver.
They got some experimental trials going on.
Right,
but he
can't take it. Right, so he said, I told my brother I'd get him out, so I'm going to get him out. You just take care of what you got to take on your end, so I can get my brother that trial run. Next scene was I think Davis puts a call in the Sachs.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying, Sachs, you better get on. Whatever I told you to get on, you work for me. It's another. Sachs is actually with Jenny, still trying to get back in her bed.
Yeah,
back with Jenny. I don't blame him, but he's back with Jenny. She's still giving him the cold shoulder. She doesn't trust Sachs, right? And so he's basically telling him, Davis is telling Sachs get on what he wanted him to get on.
Yeah.
So then Braden meets up with Kane. Yeah, Tom Braden, aka Tom Brady, meets up with Kane. Kane is basically, he's telling Kane. Kane's basically saying, every time you come around me, you want me to do something for you. But Kane's idea is, no, you're going to do it.
I'll go with you, but you're going to do it. Right. Kane's the type that he's going to try and make you do it so you get some dirt on your hands too. And if for whatever reason you can't do it, he'll do it. But, he wants to do that. So they go over to Bash's apartment where Tariq is already there.
Right, Tariq's already there. So, Tariq already got the mindset that this dude's got to go. Yeah. So Tariq goes and meets with Bash. Bash starts talking slick again. Tariq, I know who the F you are. I know who you are. You just basically calling him an N.
This guy just goes on and on.
No hands whatsoever.
Right. And he basically
Tariq just comes out, stabs him.
He annoys Tariq so much. Tariq just says, "Shut the F up," and then he stabs him. Even that, I was rooting for Tariq to stab him. I was like, just stab this guy and keep it moving.
Ever you talk too much. That's the third person now you done went off on. You mad because your boyfriend kicked you out in the cold.
Yeah.
And you come back causing us problems.
Right.
So then he ends up killing. So then once again, Brayden don't have to do something. Effie saved him from killing Lauren, and now this one saves him from having to kill Bash. So that's the end of him.
That's them.
So now Kane actually, Kane and Brayden walks up in and sees this dude laying there. So they got to get rid of the body.
So they
know what have you.
Tariq caught his body, and that's pretty much his ass. That's your ass, as Richard Pryor would say.
Right. So I think the next game was what? Jenny Sullivan, probably.
That's Jenny Sullivan, and old Blanca walks in.
Yeah, Blanca Rodriguez.
Her ass.
Oh my God. Tommy Egan, but the one who struck out the most of chasing the St. Patrick's ain't hit a lick. She can't even hit a foul tip.
No,
when it comes to the St. Patrick's.
Nothing. All she does is strike out when it comes to these guys and annoy people with her damn annoying voice.
Next thing is I think it's Tariq and Effie again.
Yeah, Effie basically, they just basically Jones and
you're all I can trust and this and the third.
And then you also got the part where the Diana sets up this thing for Zeke where they can kind of speak there, and of course you got old crooked ass Tate, and you got and Tariq sitting up there. Tariq basically speaks at Zeke's thing, and that's when he kind of talks again about perception and how
somebody yells out, "Yeah, but you did it."
Right, as he very conveniently makes it about himself when he's supposed to be talking about Zeke. And I'm
as usual, but you did it. He says, I'm innocent. He said, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He says, he's up there saying Zeke, even after Zeke was found innocent, people still didn't believe him. And this is taking place at the school. Diana just came into the school, and she's able to organize something like this. Wow, Diana, you're a really great student.
Yeah.
So she's able. She puts together all of this thing for everyone to come. It's like a Zeke memorial. Zeke, Monet is there. The husband, and they're retiring Zeke's jersey. They raised his jersey to the rafters.
Yeah.
And Zeke, what's his name? Tariq pretty much says some coward killed it, and then you saw Lorenzo didn't like that. He said he was killed by some coward. Lorenzo didn't like that. Right. And then you see the dude from class again, and once he sat next to Diana, you pretty much know where this is going. This is going to be Diana. As we've seen in the teaser, Diana was getting smashed by somebody who was not Tariq. So I'm going to assume that it's this dude right here.
This freaking guy. But yeah, so then Tariq at the tail end that when they get, for some reason, they bring Little Mo up there and she starts singing.
Right, they bring up Little Mo. Tore it up, but I don't know why.
Tore it up, but that was out of left field. But Little Mo gets in there and sings. It upsets Monet. Monet leaves and she's crying about, of course, Zeke. She feels it's her fault. Afterwards, Tariq sees her, finds her. They have a little dialogue. She basically says, because you were with me when he died, you're technically the only person I could trust because I know you didn't kill him because you was with me when it happened. So she basically...
So that's basically why she's saying that. You don't want to trust only because of the fact that I know you didn't do it. You didn't do it, and I know you didn't do it because you was with me. So you couldn't have done it. So then she's talking. While she's talking to him, you hear Lorenzo. You see Lorenzo's nosy butt coming past. He does not like Tariq, of course, for numerous reasons. Yeah. He feels as though Tariq, gets in Monet's head. He feels as though during the time he was locked up, Monet was making decisions based on what Tariq was saying, and he feels though she trusts Tariq way too much.
Which she does.
Way
And
too much.
she said to him, she's like, "You know anything, Tariq? Because you always seem to know something." She said to him.
Right. That Jenny Sullivan is talking to. She's in an argument with Saxe again, and she's pretty much telling her, why don't you just call it a day, give it up, or what have you.
She
Don't.
also that cop comes to see her. That other cop that
Yeah,
used
the
to
other
date Carrie, the one who used to date Carrie, and then
right.
he was
Kevin.
yeah,
Kevin
right,
comes to see her and gets an argument with her. She basically
because
says,
he's been watching Dante's apartment all this
right,
time,
right.
off the record, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Leave it alone. Right at that moment, I was like, and
And
then
then of course, what happens? The last scene,
right,
you see her pulling up to a house, and
yeah,
the moment she flashed her badge, you seen this nice house. You knew that the CI was going to be in the house. And of course, she's
not the
standing with her
CI,
back
but
turned.
just the person. Not the CI would be in
Not
the
the
house, but the
CI. You
witness.
know, whatever witness they have on protection. She shows
Yeah,
up there. You see her with her back turned, and you knew it was Lauren. So Lauren
yeah.
is not dead. And she
As of
turns around and says, "How long do I have to play like I'm
yeah,
dead?"
yeah,
So,
right,
somehow or another, and we'll go into our thoughts and what we believe and what we heard, right? And what we
yeah,
think now. So this
yeah.
this uh, opens up a lot of different things. With Lauren being alive, this
Hmm.
just changes everything.
Well,
So now we
yeah.
have to wonder what happened when
Hmm.
Effie took Lauren from
Right.
Braden.
So we'll start there. Now, once again, I'm going to start by saying, give a little pat on my own back that I've been saying from day one that Lauren was not dead. I've been saying that. I said,
Right.
Lauren is not dead. I don't know why she has. I said, my original theory is that, Effie somehow is either a Fed or something on the side of the law. And I believed that Effie delivered Lauren to witness protection or to Jenny
Okay.
Sullivan and put her in the witness protection. That's my original theory from over a year ago. I've been saying this. Now, it may be a little bit different, but I still believe Effie is obviously in the middle of this. Now, there's quite a few
And
scenarios.
I'm gonna give my theory.
Right.
Your theory is
My theory is
that
yes,
Effie is the CI and
yes,
she delivered Lauren to
yes.
my theory is I'm gonna go the opposite and say that is just too obvious. You know how they like to
Mhm.
try to make things obvious. I believe Effie is true blue now to Tariq, and I
Well, that I
believe
believe that part too.
right.
She
I
is
believe
true.
that Effie went to kill Lauren, but I think Julie and what have you of them rescued Lauren. I believe
Mhm.
they rescued Lauren. Because I believe they pushed the car into the water. I think Jenny and them was waiting for her to push that car in the water, and as soon as she did that, I believe she got rescued. Because I
Right.
could,
Well, here's that puts into my second theory that still puts Effie as the CI. My second theory is Effie did, in fact, try to kill Lauren, like you just said. She is intercepted by Jenny Sullivan, and Jenny Sullivan flips her. But at this point, Effie's in love with Tariq, so she's not
right.
gonna give him nothing.
Effie has everything on Tariq that she needs
Yeah,
if she
it
wants to
kind of
turn
because
in.
of confessions. She has no proof. She doesn't have them on tape. So that's the thing. And to be honest with you, Effie has never seen Tariq commit a murder. She's never seen him commit a murder.
Right.
She was never with him. Anytime he's killed anybody, she was never with him.
Never with them.
So she's never witnessed it. And yeah, he may have confessed it to her, but she never was wired. She didn't tape him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So he technically she ain't got nothing on him right now.
So what we're gonna do is that was our breakdown of episode 1 and our look forward. Now
Hmm.
we want you to join our next video because we're gonna be breaking down what we've heard and what we feel as though it's going to happen. So hope you enjoyed this breakdown.
Yeah. Put your comments down at the bottom. Let us know what you think. Do you think Effie has always been a Fed? Do you think Effie's been flipped? Do you think she's a CI
not
at all?
or do you think she's not a CI? And if you don't, who do you think is their CI? Because she said she had one.
She says she has a CI within their organization. Yep. It's definitely not the Tejadas. It's none of the Tejadas. The only other person other than Braylon and her this is a wild card would be that Tejada's boyfriend. Maybe like other than that, I don't see anybody else that could possibly
that we're gonna get to that in our next one. Yeah. But we're gonna go into who we feel as though is gonna get whose water is getting cut off next. So I'm your boy Heaven.
Yeah, Wes Clark here, and this is the breakdown, and thanks for joining us. Peace out.